And I'm riding with my brother today. I got the MRPro. We're gonna take this route to the Indian River. This is This is definitely the harder section of the A Loop. It has more hills and stuff. Pretty fast. MRPro suspension, since I had it done, feels pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna get any better. Pretty happy with it. This is actually an ATV trail, if anyone's wondering. But for ATVs, there's so many like these corners, there's so many tight corners with the trees that it'd be hard to ride an ATV in here. Brother's probably in third there. Well, I'm in second. His bike got a lot more bottom end than this one. It's more like an X-Trainer as far as bottom end power goes. The Gas EC300. It's a really good trail bike. The way they did the power on it. Oh, I got itch on my nose. He's also got his bars cut down. Oh, forgot about that. We're definitely moving faster than when I had my Himalayan on here. right turns up there. Approaching where I lost the front end on the Himalayan right there. That's the spot. Yeah, the gearing, stock gearing on this is just a little bit off for the single track. It's a little rough there. Really rough. Get some hand cramp. Downhill here. Probably doesn't look like on camera, looks flat I bet. Pretty long downhill. You hear my motor. Pretty low, like a little dagger. Ooh, yeah, tree branch. Brother's, I think, over 60 now. He's still pretty quick. He's probably faster than me if he wanted to be. He used to be a B rider, I think. Whoa! That's a pretty good trail.
Yeah, I gotta take my jacket off.
Right turn. downhill. I missed the rear brake. My foot caught the side of it and I couldn't hit it. That could have been ugly. Here and doing that over there. Nice uphill there. Oh, hit my rim. My tire pressure's 12 pounds. I didn't like that route. It feels a little big. Uh-oh. Down. I think that was too many for them to move. Guys, I know in one of my other videos I mentioned that I kind of wish I would have got 300RR beta over this, but honestly, with my suspension now the way it is and riding a trail like this, I really like the Rieju MRPro. It's grown on me. It's a really good bike. I probably long term would have been happier with my monetary decision had I chose the 300RR, but I'm not knocking the bike at all because it's a great bike and it's proven, you know, like the tech in this bike's been around since, I think long before 2018, when Gas was making it. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of life out of it. I don't know, some of you guys probably watch Mad Jack videos. He's a pretty good rider. He does a lot of 500 Husky content. He's a filmmaker. He did one series where he got lost in the woods, and he had his buddy with him. And his buddy had a 2018 Gas, same bike as this. And the 500 guy, he killed his battery. And his gas buddy had to save him multiple times. And that bike's just a workhorse, this bike. Comes with a kickstart. Most bikes don't now. And I'm excited to see the new model, the fuel injected one. Because I'm sure that's going to be an amazing bike too, especially if it comes with the kickstart. It might be a little bit heavier than Beta and KTM, but I'm telling you guys, Rieju, don't sleep on them. They're a good bike. I think the IRC tire guy he did a whole series on the Ranger, maybe even the MRPro too. And, you know, he was impressed. And that guy's way better rider than I am. He's a pro. Woo, hit a root there. Possibly sideways. Oh, a little bumpy here. Forested this whole area here. One thing about the A Loop, if you're on a quad, you gotta look out for tree roots, like tree trunks right in the middle of the trail, because they'll cut them when they're young. And the trees still grow a little bit, and you'll have spots where they're sticking up like 4 or 5 inches, and if you hit them, it's gonna fuck you. Even on a motorcycle, you gotta be aware of that. Switchback. Woo, big tree. Yeah, this section here is probably one of my favorite motorcycle trails up here near Tomahawk. A lot of people pass it over because half of it's like more wide open sand. guy put on air bleeders. I want to try them out next time we stop. You know, my deer comes out. I don't know nothing about those, but I used to ride an R1, and after every while you can push down on the little rebound adjusters or some adjuster, and you hear it click. Probably silly, but it's satisfying. Definitely, whoa, still stiffer than my cross trainer was, the suspension. Which, that bike in the woods, despite it being so soft, for a casual rider was amazing. Spoilers aren't going to get around that. Definitely getting some numbness in my hand. Right there in the middle of the trail, that would suck to hit back all fast, throw you off the trail, hit a tree. Like a roller coaster in here. tuck. Not letting it. It's a deep fin.
I think up ahead is where we jump on a snowmobile trail, because otherwise it goes through that big open field. It's all whooped out.
Okay. I think I remember this section. We'll be on a ridge on our and overlooking a open field to the right. At some point, at least I think. Right ahead. Likes to wash around. We gotta go a little further. The next one. What? The next one like this to the right. Okay. Not that far. are some wild berms. That's it! Oh. Woo. We're losing my fan.
This one it goes to town, maybe?
That one, yeah. If we take that, there's a road, and then turn right on the road.
Turn right?
Yeah.
No, we'll laugh.
No. Take that and go right.
South of town. Oh yeah, go right here.
Go right here and then go right again.
Oh. Alright.
Okay. Back on A Loop, heading south. This is A Loop. Okay. We just went to Indian River. My brother ate a sandwich at the convenience store. He said it was really good. This is the other side of A Loop. This is mostly standing stuff like this. Freshly logged. There are areas in the woods. Woo. Way more fun on my 500. It's got that luggable torque. You can just roll it in high gear. At least for me. I think if you're going fast enough, though, it'll be fun on anything. Gotta get on top of the sand. It's a workout. Some woods up ahead. Every time they log these areas, the trail turns into this solid sand. Then you get this nice woods area. Yeah. I think that's the NCCCT trail.
What?
That's the motorcycle cross country trail.
Oh.
This is A Loop.
You want this one?
Yeah, because that goes north. Looks like all A Loop is cleared. Everything we've ridden so far. Cool uphill there. Around the corner. Woo. I wouldn't know what it's like to ride anywhere other than like this. Well, I guess we did ride Idaho, and I remember seeing Idaho trails were, well, actually in Idaho the trails were really wide. They were more like this. They weren't super tight single tracking, but they were all, every trail had exposure, which is pretty wild if you've never ridden it. Those trails can get scary. Getting a little tight here. If these trails up here had like the dirt in Idaho, that'd be more fun. But at least for me, this is fun though. Blabbering. Tell you what, Idaho definitely had less whooping. about now. Whoa! Ah! Oh, he's almost off camber there. Bypass. What the hell? Finish the side. We're definitely off the trail here. This must be the trail. Nah, it can't be. You look at my map, a little bit, maybe this is the trail. Pretty tight though. Nah, this can't be. There's no way. There it is. Has an awesome mid-range pitch. Just all the torque you ever want right there. Look at all the logs. What a fresh cut. hand with
Drop
dark.
my helmet.
You want to try this one again?
I don't care.
Yeah. If you want to, we can try it.
There's a bug in my helmet.
Yeah. Tell me what you think of the suspension. Okay, boys. Me and my brother swap bikes. He's gonna try out. Whoa. Some suspension changes. His bike is so soft. Me and my brother swap bikes. He's gonna try out mine with the suspension changes. And I'm not used to his. His is so soft. His feels like I can stand better on. But I think he put on lower legs. Yeah, his is too soft for me. The front end felt like it was diving in those corners. I'm not used to it. Wow, it's like a tractor though. It's got so much torque down low. I'm in third gear, I believe. It's just so easy to ride it. Good for this kind of ride for sure. It's like money. It's like cheap. I don't know. He ain't saying. I think he's got lower pegs though. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I'm just not used to the, it's so bouncy. They're barely moving. Third gear. You don't have to shift. I like that about this motor. brother and Goose's little. Almost to the really cool section of the woods coming up. Get a little something in my hand. Good one.
It feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's still stiffer than yours, but I think he smoothed out like all the harshness.
You think it's stiffer than mine?
Yeah, I think that's definitely stiffer than this.
Yeah.
But the guy, when he did his stuff, he smoothed out all the harsh.
Yeah, that's good. It handles a lot like that one. It just feels a little stiffer when you...
Yeah, when you're coming into a turn, it doesn't dive as much.
The motor is snappier off the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of like that if you put it probably on one.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little mellowed out. And the first thing you notice is, well, you get used to it right away, but it's rougher.
Yeah, it feels harsh.
No, the engine.
Yeah, the engine feel. It's kind of doesn't have the smoothness that this one has.
That one is like riding a street bike.
Yeah, that one. It's a lot like my Beta, the cross trainer ones. You put it in third, and you don't have to shift.
Yeah.
You know, ever.
That's what I was doing in this one.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I ride this one.
Yeah. It's like cheating, but that has way more power than the cross trainer.
This one?
No,
Oh.
both of them.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I liked it though. I mean, if that was my bike, I'd be perfectly happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was happy with the cross trainer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like your Ranger. I mean, I like them all.
Yeah.
I like this because it's so smooth. I like the cross trainer, but I like the fuel injection.
Yeah.
I like that. The suspension feels really good. I don't know if I like it better than mine or not. The back seemed better, like it wasn't bouncing as much.
Yeah.
But I think I just gotta play around with that.
Yeah, I like.
And the little bumps in the front, they both feel similar. You can tell yours is stiffer when you go fast.
Yeah.
Mine will move more in the stroke. But they both feel good. You got the same tire as me, or you got a different tire? That tire is looking pretty good.
You got a golden tire. I think I got a Mac Michelin.
Oh yeah, it tracked great.
Yeah, they're similar tires.
This one tracks pretty good too.
Yeah.
What do you got on the back? Michelin Enduro. That one felt, the back feels good too. Like in the whoops when I'm sitting down, yours doesn't bounce me as much as mine does.
Yeah, I know.
I think I just got to change the rebound a bit.
Yeah.
But mine feels good everywhere else. But I don't really remember yours before, but I remember it being on the bumps, the little bumps, really rough.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
Doesn't feel like that anymore.
Yeah, I think they ironed that out.
The motor feels real good.
Yeah.
Just the first little bit has a little more snap than that one does.
Probably the carb.
Yeah. But I haven't rid that one on number 1 in a long time.
Yeah, and on whatever mode that is, that's like all the power you really need. It's pretty peppy.
That's really nice bike. Doesn't feel heavier or nothing. Is that one heavier than that?
I think it's somewhere between 10 and 20 pounds heavier.
Something feels different, like when I sit on it. I think mine, the handlebars are a little farther away.
Yeah, your pegs, you got lowered.
I moved them back.
Yeah, your pegs feel better. Like when I stand, I feel like I'm a little lower. I like that. So you flip the pegs from side to side?
Well, those are aftermarket ones, but yeah, that's what they do. You could probably take the stock ones and do it too. I did it on my WR before.
Yeah.
You had to flip them, and there's something else you had to do. Cut the spacer off maybe and move it to the other side, or put a spacer in this. I don't remember.
Yeah, I like that because when I stood on yours, I felt like I was a little closer to the bars. Even though these bars are pretty tall.
Oh, you got an aftermarket one? Or did that come on new?
I have, no, it came with twin wall Renthal, and I replaced them with the fat bar. I think it's a Renthal fat bar and bar risers. So this is like a 3/4 of an inch or something tall, plus the bars.
Yeah, I got the 2 risers on there.
Yeah.
So I'm like an inch rise.
Yeah, I would think I'm probably like 1.5 inches up. Something like that.
It's getting a little hot.
Yeah. Well, when we exit here, we'll be where we started.
Yeah.
So we can head back the way we came.
That trail where the tree was down, it looked totally different this time.
Yeah, the one where we went off into the woods?
Yeah.
I think they cut that. That's like all new. There's no way.
We didn't do that a little while ago, did we?
Huh?
We didn't take that trail a little while ago.
No. This morning?
Yeah.
No, we went the other side.
Okay. Because I was saying, man, that didn't seem like the trail where we went around them trees before. It was like a whole new section of new trail.
Yeah, we're on the west side now. Remember when I told you they groomed this section and I said you gotta go try it?
Yeah, I remember doing it last year, and I went by myself once and I stopped by that big tree where we switched bikes
Yeah.
to take a break. I remembered that.
Yeah, you went that way though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one time by myself I went down it that way.
If this
On the KTM.
This trail is a fun trail, like this little section, if you're standing doing like 3rd gear, you can really fly through it.
There were some fun sections back a ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a pipe that came on, or you changed it?
That's stock pipe.
What'd you change the pipe on, the Ranger?
Yeah, Ranger. Ranger don't have as much top end as this, but it's got It's got, you know, a lot of mid-range and a little more torque on bottom end now than this one.
Yeah.
Like when you get really low, it's got more like that.
So all these bikes are really good.
Yeah.
Compared to like my WR450. I mean, that one had a ton of power, but it'd flame out.
Yeah, flaming out sucks.
They had a ton of bottom end too. But the KTM's so much smoother and better than the WR.
Yeah.
And then these are so much easier on the single track even than the WR.
Yeah, I feel like with these, it's so less likely chance to crash. You know, like they're so light, you can ride out. Your front end could be washing for like 10 feet and you ride it out. Where on those bigger, heavier bikes, you know, you might be more prone to just...
The only thing on this bike I gotta watch when I get in trouble, don't give it too much gas, because
yeah,
it's like you flick the switch.
Yeah, you loop it.
Well, it just launches.
Yeah, that one, when you give it gas, it's got a lot of beans. I can't imagine what the new Beta 350 is going to be like.
Well, that's a motocross bike.
It's got to be... I wonder if it's going to have really linear broad power band.
That's what they say.
Yeah, rather than a peaky.
Yeah, they said the 250 is a screamer. You know, it's high RPM power, the motocross one. But the 350 is more like a 450.
What class?
Low and mid range.
What class can they race it in?
I think the open class 450.
Yeah.
You used to be able to race anything you wanted in that class.
In the 450 class?
Yeah.
Really?
Because you could race a 500 two-stroke if you want.
That'd be cool.
There's a few guys that have done it, I guess.
But
the 500 two-stroke is so explosive, it just spins the tire.
Yeah,
it's not tractable power.
I gotta imagine that would be important on outdoor motocross. You need to get traction.
They say on certain tracks, the two-stroke is faster than the 450 four-stroke. But on most tracks, the 450 is faster.
Yeah.
Just because it puts the power down better.
Yeah.
And the 500s vibrate so much.
Yeah. Guys' hands will get arm pump and stuff. Mm-hmm. Cool.
I seen a video of Doug Henry years ago. I forget what track, but they call this Henry Hill now. There's a jump, and he was getting arm pump, and his hands were getting numb, and he grabbed way too much throttle and overshot this jump by like a mile. He came down, bottomed out, fell off, and they call it Henry Hill now.
Yeah.
And he said that, you know, he made a mistake, and his arms were just numb.
Did he get hurt?
I don't know if he got hurt. He got paralyzed later.
Really? Oh boy.
He still rides though.
Yeah.
He's got a bike with like a steel frame around it, and he hits massive jumps and stuff.
Really? He used to race Supermo, right?
Yeah, I think so.